Hey everyone. So this is to say a little bit more about the difference between needs and strategies and how how needs cannot clash. I'm sorry. So this is a question I get a lot. Please don't look at the background. I just moved so it doesn't look so tidy, but I thought it was important to explain this thing right now. So yeah, firstly, it's very important to really understand the difference between needs and strategies for this. So a strategy is a concrete thing that I want. So I might want my partner to listen to me right now. I might want to be able to do yoga every Monday evening, and I might want someone to take care of my children at that moment. Or I might want my partner or my flatmate to do dishes every day after they cook, or right, those are strategies. That's very clear, right? I think you know that. um, what's important to realize in this is that it's that there's kind of like a continuum. How you said it, it's kind of like a gradual thing. So here's very concrete strategies, here's very abstract needs, and there is something in between. um, so the abstract need, for example, the need for freedom, the need for appreciation, the need for love, the need to be heard. As you maybe can notice from the examples that I mentioned, some of them bring more of an immediate picture, concrete picture to mind than others. So, for example, the need for freedom, I think the picture that people have with that could be quite different. But the need for appreciation, I guess a lot of people would say, well, that's getting a compliment. So, getting a compliment is a strategy, appreciation is an abstract need. So if you want to get a compliment and another person doesn't want to give you a compliment, then you need to go more abstract. You need to go to appreciation, and you need to realize that you might be associating appreciation, that abstract need, with um, with a concrete strategy, because it's a little bit more on this side. And sometimes even the abstract needs, maybe someone talks about freedom all the time and they have like one specific strategy in mind secretly. So they're not really, or secretly, not secretly, but like unconsciously. So they're not really on the level of needs. So my very first tip for this, if you feel like your needs are clashing with those of your partner, start practicing seeing for yourself what needs you have a lot, like really a lot. Start to see that most of the time you're attached to a strategy. I would say almost all day long we're trying to do strategies, and we're disappointed and scared because our strategies are not going the way we want, and we start to be controlling. Right, that's what you need to do. If you feel like you're controlling, trying to control your partner, trying to control the situation, trying to get what you want, like it's this feeling, then very likely you're on the level of strategies. So start to get to build the trust that you can find your needs and that you can let go of a strategy. And it's easier to do that with yourself. So say, for example, I had a yoga class and it's not happening and I'm disappointed. It has nothing to do with my partner or with a specific person. In that moment, I can practice. Like, what did I want to get out of at the session tonight? What needs was I trying to meet? And can I meet those in a different way? Or alternatively, of course, can I just mourn that the need is not met right now? Okay, so that's the first thing, to practice really seeing that difference and to practice it with yourself before you practice it with the people that really, matter to you and where there's already maybe a history of disappointment or um, and then I get this question, yeah, but and a very, very typical one that people feel is clashing is autonomy versus something like connection, something in the area of connection. Usually what this means is one person wants to be by themselves, or wants to do something by themselves, and the other one wants to be with the partner. And I hardly know any relationship in which there isn't a difference in preference in this. And it's important to see that to some degree, this is not going to change. People are different and they have different levels of wanting interaction. So there needs to be a little bit of sort of reality check, like, okay, you might not become the same. And that might be hard to hear right now. It might be hard to sort of come to terms with, like, okay, whatever the concrete strategy is that you have in this area, yeah, it might not happen exactly like that. But then again, so what does it mean when someone says they want autonomy or freedom and you want connection, right? So I have one couple who had this sort of clash, and the male of this couple that wanted more connection, he he found a way with his wife where they really let go of the strategies, both of them. So the strategy of the woman was to be alone, like literally alone. And the strategy of the man was to talk with the woman. So that's your first task. So you might think, yeah, so to really become clear, like, what is my favorite strategy when I say I want autonomy, right? It could be many things for different people. What is actually secretly the ideal picture? Is it being alone in a room? Is it I don't know, going on holiday by myself? Or is it, I don't know, having half an hour when I get home from work with no interruptions? I don't know. What does it mean, autonomy? Does it mean I don't actually like that you comment on the way I do the household? It could be very different things what autonomy means to people. So really be honest here. What is it exactly? And the same goes for if you're saying you want connection or any other need. So first, actually be on that level of strategy first and really make it concrete. And so this couple did that, and then they went to the needs. And so then they thought the needs were clashing because they were still a little bit attached to the strategies. So usually that's what happens when you think your needs are clashing. You have in your mind a too concrete picture of how you want that need to be met, and you're not willing to let go of that concrete picture yet. Or you're not aware of it even. So the awareness helps. And then, so in the case of this couple, they found their needs. I think it was something like autonomy, or yeah, something like autonomy and connection. And they realized that actually sometimes just watching something meaningful together, I think they watched documentaries or something that was meaningful to them, that was actually bringing the guy connection, and it was giving the woman her sense of autonomy, her sense of space for herself. Like she didn't have to use words in that moment. And so that might not be your solution, probably not, because it's so unique to each person. What is the exact need, and what are different ways that can be met? But what it requires, I think, more than even just knowing all of this is actually to go past the fear, because it's not, in the end, it's not about the having to be alone in a room, for example, if it's about autonomy, if that's a specific strategy. It is about, because there are many ways in which needs can be met, right? And the reason that we're holding on to this one specific strategy is that we haven't learned that people truly care about our needs. And so when our partner wants something else from us, it's about the fear of someone not caring about our needs. It's not about this specific thing that we really have to do. It's not, if you would really ask, it's not a matter of life and death. What is a matter of life and death to our system is that other people care about us, because that's just an evolutionary thing that we need. We need other people, even if we're grown up, and especially when we're young. And so most people are raised in a way that it wasn't so clear that other people cared about their needs or listened to what they wanted. Usually we're raised in a sort of more authority way where we're not really heard. And so that's why this is such a big question. It's a healing thing. It's a thing that needs to be healed, that most parents are not able or haven't learned how to how to listen to their kids and how to include their needs without losing, sort of their boundaries as well. And usually they try to control the children. And so no surprise that this is what we're doing as adults. We're trying to control our partner because that's how we learn that needs get met. That's most likely to meet our needs. But it doesn't work very well, right? So because we clash, because the partner tries to do the same thing. And so this is about courage. This is about the courage to really to say to each other, to realize that this is what's going on, and to talk about how it went for each of you. Maybe even talk about your childhood, how it was for you, how your needs were not heard or met. And to say that, wow, we want to learn how to do it differently. We're not there yet. It's really a learning process. It's not something that's going to happen overnight. But the way to do it is to really start practicing for yourself that you can meet your needs, that you will listen to your needs. Because that's, if you can't do that, you can't expect anyone else to do it or to ask anyone else to do it, because you don't even know what the experience is like. You don't even know what it's like to really be heard. So you need to be heard by yourself. You need to find really the need level, so not secretly the strategy level, and to dare to play with that. And you might fail. You might think, you found a different strategy to meet your need, and it might not work. And that also goes when you try together. You need to try. It's trial and error. And while you talk about that, it's realizing every time you go back to the fear state of trying to control, and you might even wanna say that out loud and really have compassion for each other. Really appreciate each other when you realize, like, oh, now I'm in the fear state. Oh, now I'm kind of in like this child mode that needs to control things because otherwise it doesn't get its need met. Its life is threatened. That's really what it can be for our system. And so I hope that clarifies a little bit. Yeah, so and just the last reminder, that needs are not attached to a person. So needs, you need to build the trust that your needs will be met regardless of your partner. It doesn't mean that, of course, your partner is usually your favorite strategy to get your needs met. And of course, you don't want to be with someone that never wants to meet your needs, right? Or that never meets your needs for whatever reason. It could be that they want to, but they're not able to. So of course, that's something that you want, and it's not very likely to happen if you think they're the only strategy. If they're always your favorite strategy for every need, that's way too much to ask for from one person. So practice again here in finding different ways to get your needs met. You need to experience at least once that your partner is not able to hear you, but that you do get fully heard by someone to such an extent that you kind of almost don't need it anymore from your partner. Of course, you might want to share the result of it or something, but if you haven't experienced that, you're still like this. You still need them too much. And when someone is like this with you, you have to hear me now. You get this reaction of resistance. And that's when, it becomes sort of a downward spiral where each person is clinging on to their strategy. No, I want to be alone. I need to protect myself because you're pulling me. Come here, come here. Pulling. You know what I mean? So, and again, just keep reminding yourself that this is really a deep work you're doing. This isn't just about communicating, right? This is really about healing. And so this takes time. And I do believe that as soon as you do this practice with yourself, you will see results quickly. And still the practice needs to go on. I'm still doing this practice every day, to see that, oh, actually, I'm in the clinging mode right now. So yeah, I hope this is helpful. It might be a lot to process, but I think this could be a helpful addition. And my hair is a bit messy. Okay. Yeah, I think that's it. Ciao.